Welcome to Boson Institute. Today I will explain you about the simplest of the coordinate system, that is Cartesian coordinate system. So let us start. So we have three axes, x, y and z axis. This is the origin of the system. So we will start all the observation from this point. Let P is any point in space. So this is point P. So when we are doing some calculation in 3 dimension, then we will have three coordinates, that is x, y, z. So these are the coordinates of point P. So why do we write x, y, z? Let's drop a perpendicular from point P on xy plane. We are dropping a perpendicular from point P on xy plane. So this is the point where this perpendicular meet on xy plane. So draw a line parallel to y axis from this point to the x axis. Let this is point A and this is point B. Similarly, draw another line parallel to x axis on the y axis. So let this is point C. So this distance OC is equal to AB. So this OC is equal to y, then AB will also be equal to y. And this OA is parallel to BC. If this OA is equal to x, then BC will also be equal to x. And let this height is z. So if this height is z, then its z coordinate will also be z. So let this is z coordinate. So in this way we have coordinate to this point x, y, z. That's why we write that coordinates x, y, z at point P. So now let r is distance of this point from the origin. Let this distance is r. I am writing it in vector form. Let this distance is r. So now we will find value of this vector r. So how we will find that? This r vector is equal to OA vector. This is a vector OA vector. OA vector plus AB vector. This is another. This is x vector. Okay. So I am writing it x. X vector. Let's write it x vector. This is x vector. This is y vector. This is also x vector and this is also y vector. So this x vector, OA is x vector and this AB is y vector. Then according to triangular law of vector addition, so this sum of this x and y vector will be this OB vector. Now the sum of these two vectors is OB vector. So OB vector is equal to x vector plus y vector. Then again we have another distance, this BP. So this is another vector. Let's write it z vector. So sum of this OB plus BP is equal to r vector. R vector is equal to OB vector plus z vector. So OB vector is equal to x vector plus y vector. It is equal to x vector plus y vector and writing z vector as such. This is value of this r vector. Now if I can also write it in the form x x cap plus y y cap plus z z cap. Now backtrack magnitude as well as direction. So this is the magnitude of this vector and this is direction. Mean it is directed along x direction. So that is why we can write it. Position vector in Cartesian coordinate system can be written like this. So now we will talk about the area element. So how we will write area element in a Cartesian coordinate system? Okay, that's it. Again, this is our coordinate system. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis, and this is origin here. Let us consider a rectangular plane in xy plane. This is rectangular in shape. Again, let this distance is y and this distance is x. So, to write a small area element in a Cartesian coordinate system. So, area is a two-dimensional quantity. So, we are considering xy plane. So, xy plane is a two-dimension. Consider a small area element here. We are considering small area element here. This is small area element. Let this is dy and this is equal to dx. So now this small area element is let dA. So I am writing here dA vector is equal to length into breadth. So I am writing it dy y cap cross dx x cap. Area is a vector quantity, but for our calculation sometime we take it as a scalar quantity, sometime we take it as a vector quantity. So now this is here we are treating it as a vector quantity. Now it will become dx dy. Now y cross z. Y cross z is y cross z. It will be in, see, we will keep our finger in y direction, then we will curl it toward x direction, then it will be toward z direction. So it is z cap. So I am writing it as dA z vector. So area element along z direction is dx dy z cap. Similarly, you can find area vector in other direction also. So this is dA x vector. So what will be the area element of along the direction of x? So if we are taking area element along the direction of x, then we will choose yz plane. Then there will be area element. So it will be like this will be dy, this will be dz. Then it will be along x-axis. So I am writing it as dy dz along x-axis. Now area element along, because it is similar, so I am writing it similarly. Okay. Now area element along y direction. So area element along y direction will be this is y-axis. So it will be a infinite small element of z-axis and y-axis. So it will be z-axis and x-axis. So it will be dx dz along y direction. So these are the area element along x, y and z direction, and this is the position vector of point P that I have erased. Now we will discuss about the volume element in Cartesian coordinate system. So first of all, again we will choose our coordinate system. Again this is x-axis, this is y-axis and this is z-axis. Let P is any point in space whose coordinates are x, y, and z. So to find the volume element, what we will do? This is the position vector of point P. It is noted by R. Now we will consider volume element. Volume element means we have to consider all the three coordinates of the system. So let I consider small volume element in this Cartesian coordinate system. So but I am creating it big so that you can see it easily. So let this is the small. It is small, but I am writing it very big. So suppose this is small volume element. Now this is along y-axis. So I am writing it dy. I am writing dy means it is very small, and this is along x-axis. So I am writing it dx. If it is dx, then this will also be dx. If it is dy, then this will also be dy. And this will also be dx, and this side will be dz. If this is dz, then this and this, all these are will be dz. This is the volume. So this is, suppose this is length, this is breadth, and this is height. Then volume element will become dB equal to dx, dy, and dz. So this is the volume element in Cartesian coordinate system. Now we will calculate line element in Cartesian coordinate system. Suppose this is a small line dl. This is small line dl. How we will calculate it? We will calculate similar way. We calculate this position vector. So consider a small volume element. Let this is a small volume element. And this is small volume element. This is point P is here, and this line is crossing from this point to P. So this particular line is making body diagonal of this small cube. Now this is along y-axis. So and this is along x-axis. So what will happen? Let this is dy and this is dx. So this is dy vector and this is dx vector. Then it will be resultant of dx and dy vector. Suppose it is a vector. Then this a vector plus this other vector from here to this point, let it is b vector. Then a vector plus b vector is equal to dl vector. So in this way dl vector will be equal to dl vector is equal to, see, it is equal to dy vector plus dx vector, okay, which is giving rise to a vector. So I am writing it as dx vector plus dy vector plus sum of dx and dy is a. Now a plus b, okay. So this particular height is dz. So if this is also dz. If it is dz, then all these four are dz. So this particular height is dz. So dl vector is equal to a vector plus b vector. But in a vector it is dz vector. It is dz vector. So again I can write it as dx is its magnitude, means infinite small, and x cap, and this I will write dy y cap and dz z cap. So this is line element in Cartesian coordinate system. Now we will discuss gradient in Cartesian coordinate system. Gradient is defined for scalar field. So gradient is a vector quantity normal to the some equipotential surface. So gradient for Cartesian coordinate system is, let phi is some scalar quantity which is a function of x, y and z. Now gradient is written as curly upon curly x along x direction plus curly upon curly y in y direction plus curly upon curly z along z direction. So therefore gradient of phi will be equal to curly upon curly x of phi along x direction plus curly upon curly y of phi along y direction plus curly upon curly z of phi along z direction. But its meaning, it means that if you are taking gradient of some quantity, it means, sorry, I write here phi, it will be x. Its meaning is change in, see, this is small change in phi with small change in x. This meaning small change in phi with small change in x along x direction, and it means small change in phi with small change in y direction. Mean it is separately calculating change in this particular quantity in different direction. That is meaning of gradient. So this is how we write gradient in Cartesian coordinate system. So if we will do dot product of this gradient with some vector quantity, then suppose we have some vector a vector, it is equal to ax along x cap, ax is its magnitude along x direction plus ay y cap plus az z cap. If we take dot product of this del with a, then it is called divergence. So we will write it as divergence of a. So how we will do it? Curly upon curly x of a vector x cap plus curly upon curly y a vector y cap plus curly upon curly z a vector along z cap. Its meaning change in vector a with small change in a x along x direction, change in vector a with small change along y direction, with small change in y along y direction, change in vector a with small change in z along z direction. That is its meaning. Now what will happen when we will write it full vector, this a vector means component of a vector, then what will happen? This x dot y will become 0 and x dot z will become 0, but we will have x cap will become 1 because x cap dot y cap equal to 1 into 1 cos theta. So what will be theta here? This is x, this is y, this is z. See, angle between x and y is 90 degree. So cos 90 is 0. That's why this is equal to other here. If in this case y dot x will become 0, y dot z will become 0, and y dot y will become 1. So this equation will reduce to curly upon curly x ax plus curly upon curly y ay, because here only a y component will be left, other component will become 0, plus curly upon curly z a z. So this is divergence of a vector field. This is used in mostly in electromagnetic theory. So we are finding divergence of electric field. Okay, and it is used in other places also. So this particular topic is useful for BSc and MSc student, and it is basic. It is basic concept for those students who are preparing for NET, GATE and other exams, master level exams. Next, now I will explain you vector product of del and some other vector A. How we will take vector product of del and A. So this is vector product of del and A. This is called curl of A. So shortest method to calculate curl of A is first write its direction here, x cap, y cap, z cap. Then write the corresponding components of this del. This is delta upon delta x, curly upon curly y, curly upon curly z. Then write corresponding component of vector. This is ax, this is ay, this is az. So now it is a matrix. So now we can calculate the curl of any vector. So it is easy to calculate. Next is Laplacian in Cartesian coordinate system. Laplacian means dot product of this del with itself, that is called Laplacian. So if we will do dot product of this del, actually it is a vector, dot product of this del with itself, then what will happen, it will become curly upon curly x, x cap, plus curly upon curly y, y cap, plus curly upon curly z, z cap. Again we will write the similar equation, curly upon curly x, x cap, plus curly upon curly y, y cap, plus curly upon curly z, z cap. Now what will happen? We are taking dot product. If we will multiply this and this, then it will become curly upon curly x square, plus if we will multiply this term with this y component, then what will happen? This x dot y will become 0. I have already explained why it will become 0. And again x dot z will become 0. So move to next term. This y dot x will become again 0. Then y dot y will become 1, which is equal to curly square. Curly square upon curly y square plus. Now move to next term. Again this and this term will become 0. This and this term will become 0 because they are perpendicular. And this and this term will become curly square upon curly z square. So this is called Laplacian. So this is called Laplacian in Cartesian coordinate system. So in next video I will come with a cylindrical coordinate system or spherical coordinate system.